It feels like the only time you see me is when you turn your head to the side and look at me differently.
Hi guys. I'm creating this video because I always get questions about my makeup, especially about contouring. A lot of my family and friends, especially Celeste, this is for you, girl, I see you. Yeah, I get a lot of questions asking on how to contour, what to use for contouring, what kind of brushes to use. So I'm sure most of y'all have seen these crazy videos on Instagram of these girls like with white, brown, pink on their cheeks, looking like a tub of Neapolitan ice cream. So that's contouring and highlighting. So contouring and highlighting is really going to enhance and define your face. Contouring is adding shadows to your face, making like features on your face look more pushed back, and highlighting is going to do the opposite, making features on your face look pushed forward, making them stand out. So when and where should you contour? Well, is there a quinceañera that you've known about for at least 6 months and you've been putting off the gym and now you only have a week to lose 10 pounds? Contour. Got a high school reunion to go to? Contour. Got a date? Contour. Just contour all day, every day, you know? Now on to the demo. Okay, so I already have my foundation on. So my next step now is to highlight. I'm going to start off by highlighting, and I'm only going to contour and highlight half of my face just so you can see the difference between the contoured side and the not contoured side. I'm going to start underneath the eyes, and this is really going to brighten up the under eye area and bring attention to it. And I'm also going to highlight my chin, my nose, the bridge of my nose, my forehead. Now I have a 5 head, so if you have a larger forehead, you really don't want to bring a lot of attention to that area, so try not to highlight too much. And to counteract that, you want to contour more, and vice versa. If you have a smaller forehead and you want to make it seem a little bit bigger for whatever reason, you want to highlight more rather than contouring. So now that I have my highlight on, I'm going to blend it with a damp beauty blender. You can use a brush for this also, but I just really love the way the beauty blender blends everything out. Okay, and for highlighting, like I said, it's the opposite of contouring. You want to choose a highlighter or concealer that is 2 shades lighter than your skin tone. A concealer that I recommend is the Maybelline Age Rewind concealer. I love this concealer not only because it's super affordable, because it just blends out so beautifully. So you want to highlight areas that you want to, bring out or, make more prominent. And so by highlighting underneath your eyes, your forehead, your chin, your nose, you're going to bring more emphasis to that area. Emphasize those areas, highlight those areas, bring more attention to those areas. For example, if you highlight underneath the eye, it's going to make it stand out more and give the appearance of a brighter under eye. And in turn, it can make you look more awake. Now we're going to go into contouring. A rule of thumb for contouring is you want to make a 3 on the perimeter of your face. So you would start on the forehead, come down under your cheekbone, and then come back down under your chin. So I'm going to start on my forehead. And I always dip my brush into the powder and always tap off the excess, because it's always easier to build than to subtract. So you want to start off with a little bit and then keep adding on if you wish. So like I said, I have a bigger forehead, so I'm really going to contour my forehead to make it appear smaller. For contouring, you want to choose a powder that's 2 shades darker than your skin tone. And you have to make sure that it's a cool toned, just because, think about it as like a natural shadow. A natural shadow is going to be more of a cool toned. It's not going to be like a warm tone, like an orangey tone. You really want to mimic that feeling of a real shadow. Now, to carve out your cheekbones, you can do the fishy face, the super cute, You want to draw an imaginary line from the top of your ear down to the corner of your mouth. But don't come all the way down here, unless you really want to. But that doesn't look as natural. So what I do is I kind of map out like this imaginary line from the corner of my eye down. And so I kind of stop my contour right here. So I start from the top of my ear and come down here. A really good cool toned powder that I always recommend is this Hoola bronzer by Benefit. I love this powder because it's a cool tone powder and it's really light, but it works well on all skin tones. I have friends who are a lighter skin tone than I am, and I have friends who are darker skin tone than I am, and I use this powder on them and it looks so beautiful, you know, on all skin tones. If you're a beginner, I would really recommend this powder just because I don't think you can really mess it up. But if you want to get something more affordable, you can always go to like CVS, Walmart, Walgreens, what have you, and get like a pressed powder. One that I have is this L'Oreal True Match. This is obviously like 2 shades more darker than my skin tone, but it's really nice because it's a cool toned powder. It says on here cool, and this is in the color C8. I love this powder, and like I said, it is like way more darker than it should be, but it blends out so beautifully and it works well. And you want to blend up, not down. But let's say that you do blend down, you can always clean it up with the baking method that I will show you in a second. Look at that, like 10 pounds skinnier. Who needs the gym when you can contour? So I'm gonna take some more product, tap off the excess, then come down under my chin. And if you have a double chin like me, this really helps kind of control that situation, you know what I'm saying? A tip or trick is don't add too much powder. You want to start off with a little bit and then gradually add more. It's easier to add than to subtract. So now I feel like I have a wider nose, so what I do is I contour my nose. You don't necessarily have to contour your nose if you don't want to, but I do. So I'm going to use my little crease brush. I'm going to dip it into the product, tap off the excess, and I'm just going to go in the sides of my nose. When contouring your nose, you want to bring this line up to your brow bone, just so it doesn't look so crazy like I said, so it looks seamless. Because if you stop it right here, it looks kind of awkward. So you want to make sure that you're kind of blending it up here to your eyebrow or brow bone. And I'm going to go under my nose as well. Another cool little trick that I like to do to make my lip, my bottom lip look bigger, is I take the powder and I come under here, under the lip. And this creates a shadow under the lip, so it makes it seem like your lip is like you know, like Angelina Jolie, like pouty. So it's just creating a shadow. It makes your lip look just a little bit bigger. Okay, and I'm also gonna go back under the chin just to make it appear a little smaller. So you also want to take this powder down to your neck. You want to make it always look seamless. So along with highlighting comes baking or cooking. I don't know if you've seen videos on Instagram, YouTube, whatever, of girls with like powder under their eyes, on their face, on their forehead, just looking like they just fell into Pablo Escobar's stash. You know what I'm saying? So baking or cooking has been around for some time now, and I think it started in the drag queen scene. What baking or cooking will do is just really lock in all the highlighted areas where you apply the baking or cooking place. Baking or cooking is not necessary, it's just very optional. It's just really going to sharpen up things. Like if you bake under your contour, it's just really going to make that line just a little extra fleeky, give me a little extra. I always bake or cook if I'm going to an event like a quinceañera. I don't do it day to day. You can do it day to day. You do you, girl. Okay, now for baking. This step isn't necessary, but I always do it like if I'm going out to an event, you know, a quinceañera or what have you. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to get my powder and I'm gonna pour some out on the lid. So I'm gonna go back in with my beauty blender and just kind of blend everything out. It might have creased while we were contouring, so just gonna make sure that it's seamless. Now I'm going to dip my beauty blender into the powder, dab this underneath the eye. And once you put that translucent powder over the areas that you highlighted, you want to let it sit for like 5 to 10 minutes. What this will do is allow the heat from your face to bake or cook the powder. So I'm looking a little cray right now, but that's okay. It'll look amazing when you're done. And you just kind of want to put this powder on the areas that you highlighted. And if you want to be a little extra, which I'm a little extra sometimes, I ran out of memory, so I didn't get the part where I applied the powder underneath my contour. So all I did was just, you know, dab it underneath the contour, and this is really going to sharpen up that contour, make it more fierce. And let's say that you did blend down whenever you were blending everything. This is really just going to clean up that line and make it look super flawless. Well, this has been sitting for a while now. I'm going to take this this Sigma Duo Fiber F50 brush, and I'm just going to sweep this off. And I don't know if you can tell the difference, but that powder really cleaned up this line and just made it look a little more sharp. So now I'm just going to go in with some blush real quick. And I'm going to go in with this coral blush. And to apply brush, you kind of want to smile and apply it on the apples of your cheeks. You want to just blend this out, blend it back. Now for highlight, my favorite part, and I feel like this is all girls' favorite part. I don't know, I just love this. I'm gonna go in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit. I love this palette. These highlights aren't like too crazy. Obviously they're gonna highlight your face, but they're kind of more of a subtle highlight, I feel like. I'm gonna go in with the colors Bubbly and Dripping in Gold, and I'm just gonna kind of dip my brush in there and mix those up. The point of highlighting with, you know, a like shimmery highlight is to make those areas of your face stand out more. I'm going to apply this on my cheekbones. And you can kind of feel around for your cheekbones. I don't really use just one. I just kind of dip my brush into one or two, all of them if I want to be a little extra that day. Like, you know, if you kind of tilt your head, you can kind of see your cheekbones in different lighting, so you just kind of play around with that. Make it look, you know, more seamless, like I've been saying, like make it more seamless, make it look more natural. You don't want to just have like a streak of highlight. You want to come back up and create like this C shape. Just blend that. Am I going to the gods yet? Do I need to add more? Always add more. Yellow. Do people still say yellow? I still say yellow. Reds. Can't have too much highlight. Now, you also want to highlight the bridge of your nose. Some people really love to like add highlight on the tip of their nose. I don't really like to do that. I would like just like a little dab. But I really like to do that just because I feel like my nose is a little like longer, and I feel like if you put more highlight, that's going to make it stand out more, so, and I don't want that, but you might want that. Okay, so you can also highlight the top of your cupid's bow, and that's really going to make, you know, your cupid's bow stand out and make your lips look bigger, or the top of your lip look bigger. So really contouring is just like plastic surgery. cheap, right? Or cheaper. Okay. And you also want to highlight the inner corner of your eye. This is really going to open up your eye and make you seem more awake. Let's say you pull all-nighter in school or something. You're a mom, you're a college student, you're an art torture student. Highlight the inner corner. And it's really going to make your eye just seem more awake, more open and more awake. So you don't necessarily have to have this palette. You might have an eyeshadow palette that has a color that's like similar to these two right here. I've seen these in a lot of palettes that are similar shades, and those work just as well. And you also want to highlight under the brow bone. Okay, so now I have half of my face contoured and highlighted. I don't know if you can tell the difference. I can tell the difference. It's, you know, it's not too crazy. I mean, obviously you're wearing makeup, but you know, it's not too crazy. It's a little more subtle. You can always go back in with more contouring powder and contour more if you want it to look more fierce. If you're taking pictures, you do want to add more contouring powder, more highlight, more blush, just because whenever you take pictures, the camera kind of washes out the colors, so you want to add more. Now I'm going to finish the rest of my makeup and I'll be right back. I have some options. Okay, so this first one that I'm going to show you is the MAC 109 brush. This is like the first brush that I ever got to contour with, and I still love this brush. It's kind of like this dome-shaped brush. It kind of starts out small and gets a little bigger at the top. I love this brush just because you can like really get into the hollows of your cheek, and I love it to like blend the contour on my forehead. You know, you can get in the temple, you can get down here. I really love this brush. I would recommend this for people with a smaller face. The brush that I use today to contour is this NARS Ita brush. It's a little bit more expensive, but I freaking love it. It just really like carves out those cheekbones. It's good for blending on the forehead and under the chin. I also contour my nose with this. It's a little wide for my nose, but if like you pinch it, you can really like get in there. So maybe y'all have seen these brushes. They're really, like I said, these are marketed for contouring, but I just feel like this is really big for my face, and it doesn't really like chisel out your cheekbones like the Ita brush or the MAC 109. Just because it's so big, I feel like it just blends everything down. And Sigma has really affordable brushes. Now, for highlighting, I've recently got this Anastasia Beverly Hills brush. This is the number A23. I love this brush, and I literally just like got it maybe 2 weeks ago or something like that. It really blends out your shimmery highlight. You can also use a fan brush. I don't have a fan brush with me, but you can also use that. I'm sure you've seen it. It literally looks like a fan. You could use your fingers, just, you know, highlight and just kind of dab it on. Okay, so those are the 3 brushes that I've used, and maybe you should try them out. And they were all different, so that just goes to show you that just by trial and error, you need to like practice, find the right brush for you. So this is the finished product of all that contouring and highlighting. Do I look 10 pounds slimmer? About 5. Well, thank you for watching. I'm sorry I was a little nervous filming this. If this helps you, I'm gonna be so happy, because that's just really why I made this video, was just to help you. You know, it was just to help anyone who wants to do makeup. I just hope that it helps someone. Celeste, you better be watching this, because I'm making this for you. So like I said, I get a lot of questions about my makeup, and I just wanted to make this video just to kind of help you, some like tips and tricks, just more information about, you know, products, brushes, and stuff like that. And if this helps anyone in any way, shape, or form, that's freaking amazing. I freaking love whenever I do like my mom's makeup, any family members makeup, my friends makeup. I just love like to see them look at the finished result and just get like so happy. It's just amazing like to see them like just feel so beautiful. I don't know, it just really makes me happy. And knowing that like I can make you feel beautiful is just, it's really amazing. I know it sounds cheesy, like maybe cliche, but I'm being totally serious. If you have any more questions, I'm sure I left some stuff out. Just ask and I'll be glad to help. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Bye. So, okay, what was I gonna say?